Brand new ski this, brand new ski that, brand new ski everything. What's going on, y'all? I'm about to give y'all a little walkthrough through my current vocal chain setup I'm using right now, FL Studio. I feel like this is the most solid, most reliable vocal chain. Use it for multiple different artists that I record, include myself, my friends, people that have sent me vocals from all across the country for us to get on songs together. And this is how it sounds. Took my shot out today, I know I'm safe in. Couldn't make the last the next to pop, I had to follow him. Now 5 a.m. and up top, I make 5 of them. Boom. And this is my song called 5 a.m. and Up Top on my most recent tape called OT for the E. Check that out, guys. Please let me know what you think. And while you're at it, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right into it. So first off, in your vocal chain, and this should always be at the beginning of your vocal chain, is your auto-tune. Auto-tune always comes first in a vocal chain. If somebody's telling you differently, you can't believe them. So I usually set my retune speed about 6. I usually set it between either 3 and 6, really. And if I'm really doing kind of like a lot of more rapping and vocal, because I kind of do a medium, if you're doing more, you could kind of go to 10. The most I've ever done for artists is maybe like 15. Obviously, real singers, you're going to go even less. Flex tune is at 4. You just want a little bit of that flex tune to bring back in that regularness to the vocals to kind of regulate it. You could turn it off. I just find it between like 2 and 4 kind of just sounds good. I never really messed with the natural vibrato. And the humanized, I'm at 33. It's been a long time since I set my humanized to anything less than maybe about 20 to 25 range, but I've been finding 33 works really well for me, and it kind of gives me that natural vocals that I want. And I don't want it to be too auto-tuney, but I also don't want it to seem like I'm trying too hard to make it seem like I'm not using auto-tune. And obviously, if input type, low mel. For female, you want to use soprano. And depending on certain type of vocals, you might do alto tenor, might sound better, but I'm usually always on low mel. The key and the scale, take your beat, throw your beat in tune back, find your key and your scale. That's super important to your beat. And make sure you guys come over here and turn on low latency. You need to have low latency on so you're not hearing that delay and echoed effect on your vocals. It could ruin your whole recording. You'll just think it sounds bad, but really you just didn't use low latency. The second plugin we're going to talk about is Vocal Writer. Super simple plugin. Took my shot out today, I know I'm safe. Shit kind of works itself. It just kind of brings the vocals all up. It kind of brings the levels up, especially when some of the vocals start ducking down and dipping down below a certain threshold. It just kind of boosts them back up. And I also like the way it kind of helps the vocals sit in the beat, in the mix. On to the next, we got a EQ. So the fruity EQ I'm using here, you literally just come, you hit the vocal presence preset, and then you could play around with this 2-band and sweep kind of like that muddiness a little bit. And then you kind of, but usually when you just set it regularly, it should be fine. On to the next one. We got the R-Vox. I really love this. And while we're on I'll keep it for later because it's not next in a vocal chain. R-Vox, literally just go lead Vox. I kind of leave this plugin alone. I'll turn the gain down a little bit if I was recording kind of loud, but super simple plugin to use. Then we got Sibilance. This is taking out all them harsh S's and them harsh T's. Took my shot out today, I know I'm safe in. So it's kind of attacking all the harsh S's and all the harsh T's in a vocal. I believe this is for like the S's and this is for like the T's and them P's and sounds like that. And I kind of play with the threshold. I've never really had to make the range above like 20. You can monitor it and sweep to kind of hear see. And when you monitor it, so you could kind of dial it in a little better. Don't really use look ahead too often, but Sibilance, pretty good. A lot of other good de-essers out there. R-Comp. I'm so happy that I got this plugin. I was using the fruity compressor for a long time. Bruh, night and day. Super simple interface here to look at. Like, it looks appealing. It is appealing. I just go to preset, come down to where it says vocal wrap, boot that up, and usually all I mess with, I might drop the ratio a little bit. Kind of play with the attack a little bit to kind of really keep the vocal all together and not kind of pushing in all different directions. Mess with the threshold just a little bit to kind of keep everything together, and usually the gain is pretty fine, but you could always turn it up a little bit. Usually when I use R comp on my ad libs, I turn the gain down some, so ad libs aren't as loud. Then we got the CLA 2A. Literally all I do is this, play the vocals. I kind of try to keep it between that -1 and -3 range and kind of just keep it isolated there. That's why I found it's worked best at, and it's kind of just control the vocals at. So you just want to kind of play with your gain and your peak reduction till you could kind of get it between -3 and -1. Turn off your analog so you don't have like that staticness going on in the background. What else do we have here? The Magma Stress Box. The only thing that I can say about this plugin is basically my sound goodizer. I mean, pretty much it's my sound goodizer. Um, Usually, sometimes if I just don't set it, it'll be between a 5 and a 10. But you usually kind of want it between this 0 and 5 range, no more than between this 5 and a 10 right here. Anything more than that, you're kind of pushing it too hard. You're doing too much with it. Then last but not least, get out of here. We got fresh air. So you see what I'm going right now. I'm pushing a 15 and 6. You just go set up the vocal bus presence. It's going to take it to like 30 and 20, something like that. Bring it down. You don't need that much air in your vocals. It's going to create like a sound that kind of gives me a headache. So I know it'll probably give people that listen to my music a headache, and that's something that you don't want to deal with because people aren't going to listen to your music. If they don't have a good experience, a good vibration when they hear it, they're not going to come back. So I said it to usually 10 and 5, 15 and 10. Right now I'm on 15 and 6. For a lot of singing, more so higher pitched, you want to set this lower. For rap vocals, you kind of get away with having it a little higher. And I didn't go over this, but on my record Vox, because I have one where I have all my plugins and one that only my recorded vocals go into, which is routed to my plugins. I got the NS1. So some people use what's that plugin called? I'm trying to think of the plugin. I can't remember the plugin, but it's a plugin on here. Basically, it kind of takes out all of that white noise in your headphones when you're recording a little bit. It works well, but what I didn't know, it was cutting some of my vocals out, which is killing some of my range on my songs. And certain words would get cut off after a certain amount of time. So what I did was I switched over to the NS1 mono, got it about 5%. And basically it just takes out the white noise when I'm recording, so I'm not having to hear that static sound when I'm recording. And that's really my whole vocal chain. If you guys want my stock FL Studio vocal chain, leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And it's just like that. Took my shot out today, I know I'm saving. Cause makes the last the next to pop, I had to follow him. Brand new ski this, brand new ski that, brand new ski everything, right?